Chargeback information usually lives in more places than it should. Alerts in one system, transaction data in another, deflection results completely somewhere else. Chargeblast's updated dashboard is built to bring all of that together. One place to see what's happening with your disputes and one place to act on it. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you a complete walkthrough of what's new, everything you need to know, and how you can get your account set up to start using Chargeblast service immediately. Now, previously, merchants may have mainly used Chargeblast to receive dispute information as it came in. The updated dashboard is designed to help you understand that information and act on it, without having to switch between separate tools and keeping all of your context in one place. Alerts, deflection, recovery, and reporting are more connected than before. You can follow a dispute through its full life cycle instead of viewing each stage in isolation. Two changes stand out. First, we've got recovery, which covers representment, is now surfaced directly inside the dashboard alongside your earlier dispute stages. And then we have deflection performance, which is easier to see and understand instead of running quietly in the background. Alright, so let's start with a quick look at the dashboard itself and then go through each section. This is exactly what you see directly after logging in. The main navigation sits on the left, with summary cards at the top giving you a quick read on recent activity. The data filters let you narrow down the view to a specific window, whether that's the past week or a custom range. Below that, you will find recent dispute activity and any items that need your attention. As you can see, the idea behind this layout is very simple. You shouldn't have to dig through separate systems to know where things stand. The dashboard is meant to surface what matters first and let you move into a specific section, alerts, deflection, or recovery when you need more detail. Now, alerts are meant to notify you about potential disputes, often before they become a formal chargeback. That early notice can give you a chance to act, whether that's issuing a refund or reaching out to the customer directly. Inside the alerts section, you can filter by status and date to find the cases that still need a decision. Opening an individual alert shows the transaction and its current status, so you have the context that you need without leaving the dashboard. Not every alert leads to a prevented chargeback, but having the information in one place makes it easier to respond quickly when it counts. Now, for the deflection, it is meant to resolve confusion before it turns into a dispute. A customer might not recognize a billing descriptor, a merchant name, a subscription charge, or an order from a few weeks ago. Sometimes a dispute happens simply because the transaction doesn't look familiar. Digital receipts are a part of that effort. They are built to surface clearer transaction details, giving the customer more context to recognize the charge before it escalates. What's changed here is visibility. The updated dashboard shows deflection activity and outcomes directly. So instead of this running as an invisible background process, you can now see how it's performing and where it's making a difference. Now, for the recovery and the representment, not every dispute can be prevented or deflected. When a chargeback does happen, the next step is recovery, and that starts with representment. Representment is the process of responding to a chargeback with the relevant evidence to support your case. This is the section that's newly surfaced inside the main dashboard. Instead of tracking these cases separately, you can see your recovery cases alongside alerts and deflection. Each case shows its current status, the deadline you're working against, and where things stand. Opening an individual case gives you a closer look at the details and any supporting documentation tied to it. Now, alerts, deflection, and recovery each show you a different stage of the dispute process. Reporting is where these stages come together into a fuller picture. From here, you can look at activity and trends over time, review outcome by status, and see how the different stages relate to each other. Date range controls let you zoom into a specific period or track performance over the longer term. Rather than reviewing each stage in isolation, reporting is meant to give you a sense of the overall workflow and where in that workflow your attention is most needed. Alright, let's move on and talk about the step-by-step account setup in case you don't have an account yet. The process is really simple. Once you're on the Chargeblast main website, you create your account, and then you will go through a short onboarding flow that asks for basic business information like a name and a website. After that, you connect your processors that you currently use. You can choose between Stripe, Shopify, Airwallex, and more. Choose the services that you will be using Chargeblast for, so whether it's alerts, deflection, recovery, the digital receipts, and so on, and then you simply click continue. After that, you complete any required network or merchant enrollment. This can include things like your billing descriptors, processor information, or any other merchant details. Chargeblast is bringing these stages into one dashboard, so you can see what's happening with your disputes and act on it without jumping between tools. If you would like to get started for free, you will find a link to it in the description down below. and Chargeblast's team is available if you need any help with your account or enrollment. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you have any questions, make sure to leave them in the comments down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for future content similar to this one.